Hello, my name is Dave Martin, part of Dave Martin Studios, and today I have Ani with me. After about 2 hours of setup and outside in a cold, brisk Midwest, we started a fire. We got the light set up. We have a wide-angle zoom lens.
Can you see the moon?
Yeah. That's Ani's touch. What just happened? Oh, that's Ani's touch.
I wanted the moon in there for tonight.
It's hard getting two creatives together.
Yeah, because one of us.
we think we're right. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes she's right.
Yeah, and we had a debate before.
And we won.
Changed the lens.
She definitely won.
But he's the expert here. We would not be here without David being able to set all this up, because if it was up to me, we would not have done it this elaborate.
We could have done it a lot less elaborate, but
yeah, but we also talked about
and this was worth it though.
This was
100% worth it. This setup is fire.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
And I don't think we had a sit down since 2019. That was
been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute.
That was our last sit down. So I'm really happy to be here with you tonight.
I just want to, Ani, your voice does sound nice, but obviously my voice sounds way better.
His voice, I was saying before we started recording, his voice sounds amazing. Like I could literally listen to a Kindle book by you, and I would fall asleep.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No problem.
I could. If I need a good laugh, I would listen to your voice, respectively. And it's not because I find your voice funny. It's because the way you talk and your mannerisms and how this is how you talk is funny.
Yeah,
I'm not funny.
I can agree with you on that. My language is very much so my own, I think. So
I got the socks on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we talk about the fact that you have socks on your hands right now?
Ani, let me. So first, this is a glove story. So. You know, they say no glove, no love.
I like that.
I had my gloves, and then Ani clowned me for the gloves, so I took them off. She gave me her gloves.
Yeah, they were like construction jelly gloves.
And then I lost her gloves.
Yeah, so I have no gloves on, and I refuse to wear the construction gloves, so we're just going to stay warm with the fire.
I got socks on.
Yeah, if you see me putting my hands out, it's just because my hands are probably freezing. How cold is it right now? Can you pull up?
I believe it
Should I pull it up?
Yeah, it's about like 31 degrees.
Let's see how cold it is right now, because
I'm about to get the HOA on my ass right now.
Dude, I can literally get the flu any minute now. It is 36 degrees right now here in the beautiful Midwest.
The beautiful Midwest, but we have no snow.
And I'm really happy about
I'm not about that.
I'm beating the snow. I'm literally going to beat the snow. I don't think it's going to snow until like February.
No, we have to have snow at least in January.
I'll be gone by then, though, so I won't.
Speaking of being gone, Ani, where are you headed?
Well, David, I'm headed to the sunny side of Florida. Can you guess? Can you take a wild guess where Ani JPEG would go?
Orlando.
Not in Orlando.
No, I know where.
I'm not an Orlando girl. I love Disney though. That's my girl. But other than that, I'm going to Miami.
She's going to Miami. That's where Grand Theft Auto 6 is based off of. And I know you don't know that, but
oh really?
It's a video game.
I've played Grand Theft.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I'm the type of girl that though like stays in the lines when I steal a car. I'm like, let's see if I can drive properly.
Ani will commit crime in real life, but not commit crime in a video game.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I think I have these like dissociation periods where I'm like, everybody's GTA players, and
no, like the simulation theory.
Is that a simulation?
That's a
theory?
simulation theory.
I think that everybody is GTA players sometimes when I dissociate, and I cannot help it. And I said it out loud to my sister. She was just like, no, I don't feel that way.
No, that's how it is sometimes.
I know. But yeah, I'm headed to Miami. I'm really excited. I'm leaving January 16th through end of April. I want to try it out. I am really looking for a different speed of life, I think. And I think Miami would be the perfect spot for that. And plus, who doesn't want to do work on the beach at 12 p.m. on a Tuesday?
Well, it's like Josue and I both said. Respectively, we hope you don't come back.
You don't want me to come back to Wisconsin?
No. Midwest, kiddo.
Sorry. Okay,
whatever, we're in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Why?
matter.
I was going to say, why do you want to keep it a secret that we're from Wisconsin?
Just like, because Wisconsin, then, if we say Midwest, we have a broader audience.
Hey, I like that. Can we rewind?
No, it's too late now.
Okay, well, anyways, I honestly want to come back to the Midwest. I love the Midwest.
Not the socks.
Yeah, you keep rubbing your. I just hope those are clean.
They are clean.
I honestly.
They're clean.
I honestly want to come back.
This was me 24/7, or not 24/7. Is it on?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's a built-in hat.
Yeah, it's a built-in light.
Ew, you just...
It's a clean sock. Cough.
It's
See?
He was walking around with this light, and I could not take him serious. That would be a good selfie light, though, if you, like...
Dude, that TikTok of... I don't have TikTok. We'll talk about this later, but...
Yeah,
you know,
we'll
people
talk about that later.
download them and like post them to their Snapchats or their Instagram. So that's how I see the TikToks. But I'll be like your before and after. The fact that you put a fucking light on your phone should have me dying,
dude.
Bro.
The girlies that get it, and the girlies that don't. I get it. You should catch on before. Well, guys don't really use lights. I don't think it's more of a girly thing. Girly pop.
I mean, low-key, I use lights. I should put a softbox on this thing, dude. Why wasn't I thinking? Too late.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it.
every 5 minutes, Ani, I got one more thing to do.
Yeah, like five one more things later.
But anyways, back to you going to Miami. I think I am more, like I said, it's like I want you to come back. Obviously, I don't want you to leave. But I want you to find so much success that you don't need a reason to come back anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Which is the point where it's like, oh, look, you're in a high rise. You drive your Benz now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what kind of car you would get, but I'm assuming it's that. I would get
a Jeep.
A Jeep? Wrangler?
Yeah. My dream car is a Discovery. Like, I really want a Discovery with like the panoramic like ceiling.
I don't even know what the Discovery looks like.
No, I'll show you after this.
Have you seen the Grand Wagoneer? That thing's massive.
No, I haven't
seen it.
Continue. But I love that I have friends like that like see so much potential in me that like they don't see me coming back to the Midwest. And I love you and Josue for that so much, because you guys literally have been here with me when I first started out and I didn't know the difference between manual and auto. Yeah. So I just think that like it's been you did make me cry that night, but it was I needed that. And I think stop laughing. And I think that if I didn't have friends like that, I literally would not be the photographer and the person I am today. So truly, thank you for that. I pray to God that sometimes that I can start a new life somewhere and be successful and like do the kind of things, I know, right? Do the kind of things that like I've always dreamt of doing. But it's not the fact that I don't think opportunity is here in the Midwest. I definitely do think there's opportunity, but I also think like for the kind of stuff I want to do, I need to be where they're talking.
Oh no, that makes sense too. I had a buddy tell me, he's like, dude, I love your work and everything, and I love you, but you're not in the right spot for this.
Exactly.
And I was like, I know. I was just like,
I've heard that so many times, and I'm just
and like I get it. I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn person.
You are a stubborn person.
And I am like an old man. I'm stuck in my ways. Like going back to why I don't have a TikTok, because I just refused to have it because I didn't want to be trendy. But now it's like,
now he's gonna get a TikTok.
Have it. But
it's not even the fact that you have to have it, but like there are really good platforms that are made for us that like if we aren't evolving with them in this world, then like we're literally going to fall behind. And I think if you had a TikTok, your stuff and the kind of work that you put out would have been noticed by so many amazing people in this world.
Keep talking, I'm adjusting my hat.
No, you're fine. So I truly don't think like your line of work is like wrong where you're at, because your work is like so different compared to all of us creators, because you're a photographer, videographer, like
I'm also
cinematic,
fitness,
and yeah, and he's in the fitness world
industry
now.
Well, so, I don't do the fitness. No, I record the fitness.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like you're so diverse that like I feel like all of what you're carrying can be shown to millions, billions, rather than just this population. Now
it's like, well, Dad, come to Shy with me. The first thing I said is like, I hate big cities.
Yeah, exactly. And I just like wish.
Yeah, it's just like
that you can like this upcoming year. By the way, 2024 is in 4 days. That's crazy to say.
Oh, that is crazy.
That's crazy to say. I really hope that you can broaden up your mindset as far as technology and as far as like social media and stuff like that. And also, like, yeah, you did shut me down for Shy, but like I also understand like sometimes big cities aren't meant for everybody. Like I moved to Miami back in 2019 for an internship, and I loved it. I fell in love. I cried the whole way to the airport because I was just so sad I was leaving. And that's kind of like what's bringing me back, because I just love big cities. Like I just love the fast paced, and there's always something happening, and there's
I
always.
wish I could just have a farm.
I know, and that's okay, and that's
but
okay.
I think I'd be more comfortable maybe being in a suburb and then being 20 minutes away from
and
the
being
city.
away from the city. Yeah. See me, I want to be high rise. I want to be in the action.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had a high rise, I'd be fine. I'm just like,
would you be in a high rise? I wouldn't.
I would be. Like you and Josue, like both love big cities, and I think that's one of the big things that holds me back. Is just like, yeah, it's one, it's the fear of moving, but two, it's just like, damn, I just like I don't want to do it, but I know at the end of the day, like I'll succeed. Because if I go to Chicago or if I go to LA or New York, dude, the fitness, especially LA, the fitness community,
you're so talented.
Dude,
so
my photos go crazy.
I know, so it's just like you're so talented already that it's just like if a bigger, broader audience saw you, your bookings would go off the charts. And can I just say something about Josue? Josue has kind of planted a seed in me from him like moving to Cali just because he was just like, I'm just gonna go and full send it and see what happens. And like his life, like I watched him through Instagram because we weren't together, but his life just like expanded in like a year. And like I saw that and I was like, wow, if one of my like bestest friends can do something like that crazy and it be so rewarding for him, I definitely want to give it a shot. And I think this is like baby steps in a way.
This is your second time in Miami, correct?
This is, yeah, but I moved there for 3 months back in 2019, but it was like for a whole different...
That was 2019?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. And it was like a whole different thing. Like it wasn't something that, I don't know. It was just a whole different kind of experience rather than the experiences that I have now in Miami by myself as an adult. I was still a teenager, I believe, at that time. So, I don't know.
How old are you now?
I'm 25. I just turned 25 last month.
Oh, yeah, you would have been.
I just turned 25 last month. Yeah, so I
turn 27 soon.
So, yeah, concluding my thing, Josue, thank you for inspiring me to, like, see, like, the brighter side. Because I literally have been terrified. I've always been terrified to move to the Midwest. I mean, move out of the Midwest. Like, I've been petrified. And I just don't know what that fear was stemming from. But I'm just so happy that I figured it out now.
Yeah, your audio is a little low. I adjusted.
Thank you. I do hear myself better.
A lot better? Cool. Yeah, and that's the thing with Josue, too, is he's definitely helped me out a lot with... It takes more than one person to get me out of my stubborn ways. Yeah. Like, Ani will tell me something, I'm like, no, I ain't going to do that. Josue will tell me something, I'm like, no, I ain't going to do that. But if I have both of them telling me, it's just like, all right, yeah, I should probably do that. But, like, he is just a whole different level of photographer and videographer.
He's completely amazing, and I feel like I've learned so much from the two of you, and I keep learning things from you guys, and you guys, I hope, are learning some things from me.
I do.
But... yeah, it's a great community I think we built, and we've been friends since 20.
I just went over this with him. I was like, when did we? The first time I met him is when we did that
wedding.
4 photographers, 1 model with Kirsten.
Oh, is that the first time you met Josue?
I believe so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because you already knew.
I already knew Josue. Yeah.
Actually, I think I met you through Britt because Britt was at that. I haven't met you. I didn't meet you yet because.
But we met.
I met you and Josue. Did we?
I feel like we did.
I don't know if we did. I thought that's when we met, you and I, at the. Because that's how my only connection was Britt, and you guys had that like thing downtown, the Creative Collective. Yeah, something like that. And then like I remember Josue and them being there. I remember seeing you guys. It's like, holy fuck, these guys are famous. Like, damn. Famous. But like that's when like.
Photography wasn't a thing back then. I feel like.
I mean, it wasn't.
It wasn't, but like it like you said, it wasn't.
The influencer culture wasn't so much.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
And I feel like it has evolved.
It's changed so much.
It has evolved here in the Midwest, and I think that is so incredibly needed here.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I just feel like if we didn't have like this many influencers and successful people make it from out of here for doing that kind of stuff, like I think it just fueled a fire in the Midwest to like it doesn't matter where I'm from, like I can make it, like we can make it.
Look at Steve. So how I met him was
friend.
Yeah, dude, that's my best friend. That's like literally that's my brother at this point.
I know.
He filmed weddings, and before that, like
and that's crazy. I just would have never imagined.
Oh, he didn't film weddings. I filmed weddings.
I was like what?
I filmed his wedding. And he I was like, hey, can I take like gym photos of you? Just like always trying to practice.
So you went on to him and asked him?
Yeah, I didn't go on to him.
You know what I mean. I'm sorry.
And then I was like, yeah. And then since that, like, I think it sparked the idea in his head, like, get off your phone, girl.
I'm just making sure I look okay.
Yeah,
Do I look okay?
Yeah, you look great.
Okay. Self-conscious. See?
No, you don't have nothing to be self-conscious about. And I think that sparked a fire with him too. He's like, oh, we can do this. Like we can post
take
content.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Collaboration is so freaking key, I feel like, and like I'm hoping that like the Midwest opens up to that more, because I feel like I'm only speaking for my town though when I'm saying this. Not even because it happens everywhere, but I don't know what the culture is about, like your hometown not supporting like things you do. Sorry, I just ran off track, but
no, I mean, no, it's definitely on track.
I just feel like the collaboration is just so important, and I feel like you and Steve, I feel like wouldn't have gotten as far as you guys have with this stuff if you guys didn't collaborate. And I don't know, I'm just hoping for like more collaboration and not a competition, because not everything is a race.
That's true.
We're all doing our own thing, you know. So
I don't think I would have gotten into the. It's so funny. I say the fitness and like culture, but like I'm not really like I don't really. But I get what myself,
you mean. I get what you mean.
But I like creating content.
I was like me working at Razor Sharp for 3 months. I was like,
I wouldn't have gotten into it as much as I thought I would have if it wasn't for Steve. And then I was like, oh, actually, I love taking pictures of people in this industry.
Yeah.
One, they're all strong as hell.
Yeah.
It's like their mentality is so different. They're disciplined.
Oh my gosh, that's the thing. Everything. I'm so obsessed with that.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed.
Hold this,
I do want to get into videography though. I'm just so scared.
Don't.
It's so intimidating, but I just know. But no, you know what? I don't even think I want to get into videography. I think I want to get into creative directing.
I think that I can see you doing. Not that I can't see you doing videography. The only reason I say don't do videography, and Jose will agree with me, it's not because you are not capable of it. Yeah. It's just really expensive.
Exactly. And I don't. And that's the thing. I'm so cheap with photography.
It's so expensive.
And that's one thing I want to get out of is being cheap. I don't want to keep being cheap. I want to like do the things I need to do to like provide for like and make better photos. But I don't think I even want to do a videography. I think I just want to creative direct, because I feel like I like see things and like I just want to like tell people to do it, like video shoots. Like,
oh, you killed the framing here. This frame is sick.
The video shoots and the photo shoots. Thank you. I do really like.
Is the moon still there? Comment if the moon's still there.
I know. I wonder if it is. I know. I wish we could do a live feed, like stream. We should really stream one day.
One screenshot and tell us.
Oh my god,
that'd be cool if we could have the comments right there.
Streamy, yeah, like streaming. But like one thing that like I really want to do is that I want to like be on sets and like help like video girls. Like,
would you get overwhelmed though?
I don't think I would, just because like that's something I'm so passionate in.
Oh, you know, I'm so glad you just said that, because I'm so glad you said the word passionate, because I said for the best ways, I feel like you'd cry on those sets, but it's because you're so passionate and because you put so much care and love into that one project.
Thank you.
That's what you are like, man.
Thank you. And I think that's one of my strongest things though. Like I just am so.
I get angry.
Passionate. And that could be like a bad thing. Like I am so freaking passionate, and like when like people like either close to me or not even close to me, like clients and stuff like that, like I've never really had a client like tell me like they didn't like my photos or they didn't like their gallery. You know, I've honestly never ran into that, but I have in the past few like months. I definitely have had that run in. But like it's so crazy to me that to think that like you're in charge of like whatever you want to do.
I've definitely had people not like the videos I've given them and the
really?
photos. Yeah, no, I mean, but that's the thing.
I would be so.
It sucks. It sucks hearing.
It's so sad.
But it's such a learning experience.
It is
because what I always do.
I agree. I learned something new.
So when I take photos and people, and I'm a big advocate for never talking to your clients, because one, don't ever do it. But
can we high five on that? I honestly. We totally missed. I honestly am so passionate about that too. Like I don't care how freaking mad I am. Like I just would never.
I made the mistake once. I did it.
You did
when I first started Dave Martin Studios.
No, and that's the thing. Like it's one thing to do it publicly, but then it's also another thing though to do it in private. But like
private.
I definitely I would just never out them is what I'm saying.
There's a way to go about it.
I would be very discreet about it.
The people that you want to talk, I guess, when you're frustrated and let out steam, is talk to other photographers.
Exactly. I feel so safe.
It.
Yeah, I feel so safe with talking with other photographers rather than a broader audience, because it's just like if you won't get it if you're not in it. Like you just won't get it.
Going back to what we were just saying.
Collaboration.
No, not collaboration. Passion. No, we were before that.
Passionate from miles away. Good thing I'm not a singer.
I lost my train of thought. It was about. Oh, so I've had people not like my photos or videos.
No, that sucks.
So I can tell when people don't like the photos when I show them the back end of it, and I'm like, oh, look at these. They're very bad. Some people are very bad at hiding their, like, they tell with their face, and I can they can be like, and I just take a step back and I'm like, hey, what can we do better? What don't you like about it? Tell me. And I tell them, you're not going to hurt my feelings. These are your photos, and I need you to like these. So what can we do better?
Yeah.
And I said, if you don't like them, that's fine. But like, I just want to make sure we get this right.
What can we do to do
And sometimes
better?
it's not always going to work. Sometimes they still might not like them. But if you work with them and let them know, like, yes, you can criticize. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Let's get this right. This is also what you pay me for.
Yeah. And photographer to photographer, I think that like it's really important that like the clients are looking into your work fully, because like there's a like, you know, the trendy like blur photos. I've sent
the blurry photos. Oh, I cannot do that.
Oh, I've sent those out before, right? Like, well, some of my clients are like, "What are these? Like, what
were they done correctly?"
Yes, yes,
really.
Yes, and they were beautiful.
I want to see some.
I'll show you some, but they're beautiful. But they didn't understand the concept. Is the thing. Like they didn't understand like and I think it's so important that like you make sure that you match up with the client. Like I always want clients that are not just like me, not just like me, but like kind of have like the same personality. Because like if I'm like uppy and you're downy, I can totally match your vibe, but you get what I mean though. I know. But I could totally match your vibe. That's not a problem. But like I love when I match clients that are just my kind of vibe, because it's just gonna make the session a lot better. And I know photography is intimidating. When you get in front of the camera, you're like
yeah, it can be.
But like if you have the right photographer, I feel like it flows. And you, like I said, have people to find on social media. You have an audience to connect with, because the work that you do is so different that like dude, they're not.
I'm starting to. I don't really use flash, and I just finally like use my flash for some of the gym photos. Those hit. That style. I was like looking at it like, yo, this is sick. Like I don't do that. Like these are raw, dude.
Exactly. But, like, I think that's so important that like you're experimenting. Huh?
I can't limit myself to Wisconsin, but dude, I remember when the first thing I did when I opened my camera. My first camera I got was an 80D, and it was like I spent like $1,600 on it. The first thing I did is I didn't know how to turn off the flash, and I blinded myself. And it really shows me like it really like
the growth,
dude.
The growth. You just set this whole operation up. I just asked him what he needed me to do, and he told me. But other than that, like you did all of it.
Yeah, dude. Like
you're so cool. Like it's so cool to have friends that are just evolving around you. Like. We have been through such seasons together as friends, and like I just can't
good
believe.
And bad. Dude, literally, Ani will breathe, and sometimes I'll be like, Ani,
I hate you.
I don't want to be your friend. And then 2 months later, be like, Ani, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be at her doorstep with the boombox over my head, and be like, Ani, take me back. I'm sorry.
And then I'm crying in the corner, not understanding why I'm so
crying in the club.
Literally.
Have you ever cried in the club?
I have cried in the club before. Yes, I have. I will not. That was the dark ages, so I'm past that stage now. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think growth in like evolution in yourself is beautiful. Like, you know how many deaths and rebirths I've had within these past like 3-4 years? Like it's insane. Like I don't even know who I am sometimes because of how much I'm evolving.
Well, I mean, look at from where you went from one of the first times the first shoot I shadowed you with was with Emiliano and Pip in Kenosha.
You remember that?
I do.
And now Pip's Radiat. Go Pip.
Yeah.
Love you,
and
Millie.
now look what award did you just get?
Oh, I won Best Photographer Racing 2023.
But that's going too far real quick. First, I want to know how Ani even started. How did you even get into photography?
How did Ani get into photography?
Because everyone's story is so different. Honestly, I don't even know who sways, to be honest.
And I want to know. That's such a good point. Like we should dissect that.
We don't even really know his story.
No, we don't.
Interesting.
We will get into that. We're gonna figure that out. But how I got into photography was, I was 14 going on 15, and
what a baby.
I know, and I so the year before that I asked my dad for a piano, and I was like, hey, because I wanted a hobby. I wanted to do something.
Okay.
I wanted something to do in life, and I was like, hey, I want a piano. Like I want to start playing the piano. So my dad bought me a piano for my birthday when I turned 14. A few months later, I didn't even break the piano out of the box because I started learning music, and I figured out very quickly that I couldn't read music.
Not every artist knows how to read music.
I could not. I just couldn't like teach myself how to like play piano. So that was out the question. So then a year goes by. I just got out of like a high school dance, you know, like when they have like those dances and stuff. I don't even know if it was high school. I think it was 8th grade.
Yeah, middle school dances.
Yeah, I got out of my middle school dance, and Tumblr was really in at the time.
Tumblr.
And I got home and like I got my iPad and I just started scrolling on Tumblr, and I was just like, I saw this Coca-Cola bottle in front of a Ferris wheel, and it was like such a great photo, and I was like, wow. Like, how do people get those nice shots? How do people post these like nice pictures on Tumblr and make it so aesthetic? So I was like, I'm gonna get a camera. I'm gonna ask my dad for a camera for my 15th birthday. And one thing about my dad is he gonna do it. Like, if I'm passionate about something, like I had no business getting a Yami. I don't even know what kind of piano it was, but
Yamaha.
It was Yamaha. It was one of the best out on the market at that time, and I had no business getting one.
Do you still have it?
No.
Damn,
oh my gosh, no. My
I'm
dad
bought.
resold that thing. But it's my dad, like he was always like passionate about letting me do what I wanted to do as long as it was like a good thing. And he got me my first camera was a T3 Canon.
Was it a T3?
And my first camera was a T3 Canon, and I had that. I shot my first wedding on that and everything. That camera has been through everything with me. If you've known me for a while, you know that I used to be on YouTube, and I used to record all my YouTube videos on that camera. I used to shoot senior pictures on that camera. Like, I used the kit lens. I had a 50 nifty. Like, that was my
50 nifty.
I shot my first wedding with that camera in the 50 nifty, dude.
We all thought that's what turned us into good photographers.
Yes,
the 50 nifty.
Yes, like if it wasn't for a 50 nifty, and that thing was 125.
Or is it the nifty 50?
Nifty. I thought it was the 50.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I'm saying like equipment really doesn't matter, because like I said, I shot my first wedding off of a T3 with the 50 nifty, and mind you, I had that 50 nifty on the whole night. I did not take that. Dude,
I mean, that's what I shot one of my stuff. I used to shoot all my videos on that.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, no, I remember discovering what a kit lens was, and I was like,
right?
oh, like
I didn't even
a kit lens. No,
I don't need a kit lens.
I can't be caught getting that. Let me get something better. I bought a 24 to 2.8. Never used it. Not once.
No?
Yeah, I still have it. I've never used it.
Oh my gosh, I literally have a story. I shot a wedding with Chino. My first wedding I shot with him. He asked me to second shoot, and I left my 24 to 105.
Ooh.
At the church.
You never got that back.
You remember?
Yes, we were supposed to pick that up. You never got that back.
I never got it back. I never
got it back.
I never got it back. And that thing, the power that thing holds, I love. I never take my 24 to 105 off. I love that thing so much, and I just can't believe I never got that back, because it's such a great lens. But yeah, basically.
I'm sorry.
Tumblr. No, you're fine.
I just don't want you to clip.
You're fine. Tumblr is what inspired me.
Can you hear yourself properly?
Yeah, I can hear myself great. Tumblr is what inspired me. Okay. And he said, okay.
Wait, okay. Hold on. Do you think they still have the lens? They probably resold that.
Oh, I think that's gone. But it's a church. You think they would do
okay, you want to know something scummy?
It's been years, though.
Low key, it's not scummy, but I've literally been, I don't know it's the church in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
I was debating on going there and like taking it and re-gifting it to you.
I would have cried.
That's such a good lens, though. That's such
that's exactly
F4,
what I'm saying. 24 to 105.
But it was F4 though, right? That's stop 4. Mm-hmm. They make it 2.8
I
now.
know, and I need that one.
Oh my goodness, a 2.8.
People talking to us are probably like, what are they talking about right now? But like,
we gotta make a podcast about gear so we can just. Oh my god,
I know, and talk about it for days. Anyways. Yeah, but yeah, and then like I just started advertising myself in high school, and I was like, hey, anybody need their senior pictures done? I'm available.
Senior pictures is where it's always
at.
At.
And then I started doing creative things like, hey girls. I'll never forget, I did my first like shoot with Blake in what was it called?
Lake Michigan.
No.
Is that where she was in the water?
No, that was in the first shoot. We did our first shoot, Roma Lodge. We went into Roma Lodges.
For what?
We went into where the fountain was. It was so pretty and angelic there.
Outside?
No, inside.
There's a fountain inside? Oh, there is.
Yeah, and I literally just like asked them if it was okay if we shot in there. They said yeah, but I like glued flowers onto her with lash glue, and we just did a shoot in there. But it's so funny because like that's like what kind of like geared me to like start doing.
It just takes one thing. That's all it does.
Yeah, that's exactly what started my creative outlet. I was like, okay, I can be creative, and like I had that in my head for so long, and I was like, I can put whatever I want in my head out into this world. I think that's cool.
I never got creative with photography, but it was more videography.
You are so creative.
I did different stuff because
you see things I don't even see.
I think for me it's like you can be a different person. It sounds so cliche, but cliches are a cliche for a reason.
Yeah,
remember that.
exactly.
You can be like a different character for a 15-second video if you want to. You can, like, you could, it's the same thing, like say with Blake you did all that. With video you can change that person into a character and watch them move and all that. It's so cool.
Yeah,
but
that's so cool to me. Like,
it just takes one little thing for it to spark. I remember, like, my story, I mean, I've told my story many times, but it's just like I bought a camera, wanted to make YouTube videos, made one, cringed, and then took photos of my friend Maddie, who's now, she's married, so her last name isn't the same, but I'm not gonna, whatever. But and then I was like, oh, these photos are good. Looking back at it, awful photos, terrible photos.
Yeah, but you gotta start somewhere.
At the time, I'm like, oh, these are great.
These are great.
And from there on out, I just started taking photos, and then I finally did my first wedding video, and then from there on out, I was just like, oh, let's do this, and then never stopped. Well, I did stop. I can't say it. I definitely took a lot of breaks.
Crashed?
Me.
I crashed and burned.
Oh, we both have debated quitting. But do you really love your profession if you've never debated once in your life?
I know. I literally thought last year was like gonna be the year that last year I thought last year was gonna be the year I was just done.
You were close to selling your gear, weren't you?
I was. Yeah. Remember, I was literally crying in your guys' arms to you and Josue, and I was like, I'm done. Like, this is like too much for me. And like, I think people don't understand like the power that like words mean and like things like that, especially like when you're going through like a hard time, like when you're going through a change in your life. Like, I didn't even know who I was last year. I cannot even tell you.
Even a few months ago.
Man!
Where were we?
We were talking about the worst years.
Oh yeah, we had some pretty bad years.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, I wasn't the same person. I feel like even 2 months ago, like completely different mindset, different career change path, even though still be doing this, but different career path. And then look at you. I mean, you still battle your ups and downs, but you're definitely getting a hang of it, what you're going through.
I'm definitely getting the hang of it. It's like, I think this year has been so much clarity, and that might be cliche to say, but like, this year has felt like not only a weight lifted off my shoulders mentally, but like also like the what do you call that word? The validation and like needing to know like what's going on with me mentally, because honestly, I feel like for me, I thought for a long time that I was just going crazy. Like, I thought that like the way I was feeling and like the ups and downs that I was having were just me rotting, like not knowing that like there's something like chemically wrong with the way you think.
Because you got diagnosed with what?
I got diagnosed with BPD this time last year, so it's been a full year now from being diagnosed with BPD. And for BPD could be a lot of things, and I feel like people get it mixed up with bipolar disorder, but I have borderline personality disorder. So I didn't even know what borderline personality disorder was before having such a bad year last year this time.
I just know it has to do with like the way you value friendships, look at friendships, feel friendships,
it's
relationships
like,
in general.
Yeah, like it's like one person could like feel like nonchalant about like something that happened to them with the friendship. Me, I feel that like 10 times more into my core. Like, I feel that in my whole body, and it makes me a whole different person, I feel like. And that's like a thing that's scary about it, was like last year I didn't know why I was so distant, why I would never pick up the phone, why I was just rotting away in my bed. Like, I honestly like wanted to like
self-delete.
Yeah, I wanted to self-delete myself so bad last year.
I think when you're confused and not know what's going on in your mind, it definitely can get to that point.
Yeah,
you just want out. You want an out.
Yeah, and it's not even the fact that I wanted to die. I didn't want to die. I just wanted to stop feeling like the way I was feeling.
It's exhausting.
I wanted to stop feeling like I was going crazy. I wanted to stop feeling the feelings. Like, that's why I felt like I had no other option. And I just like remember like crying to you, crying to Josue, crying to my one of my best friends, Sandy, and my sister. Like, that was my rocks at the time. You guys know, like, you guys were literally like, you guys were doing things for me that I couldn't even do myself.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I was very much so like done.
You saw me through my worst of alcoholism.
Yeah.
To the point where like you had to step back, and that's valid though. I understand. I'm not mad at anybody for that, but I get it too. It's I don't want to say I stepped back because I knew what you're going through, but I also know like
there's only so much you can do.
There's only so much I can do.
Yeah, and like it's just like when was I was so in denial that there was something wrong with me.
It sucks. It's a hard thing. Ego and pride gets in your way. You're like, no, I'm normal. I'm normal.
I'll be fine. And that's the thing. Like I just wanted to be fine. Like I didn't want to be diagnosed with anything. I didn't, because like this generation is like they like. I'm not saying they like fantasize or they like put it on a high pedestal to have mental health, but if I had the option to choose not to have BPD, I would never choose this for myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people understand, like it stems from trauma and stuff like that, and like the things that I've been through as a child, like things that just like weren't corrected as an adult. And like I moved out at 19. Like I've been on my own since I was 19. So like I didn't have. I'll wait for you to be done because I don't want it to.
It kept tugging.
I saw that.
Oh, that's so much freeing. Okay.
I didn't want this for myself. In running a business, can we talk about that? Running a business and having mental health is such a challenge that I have to fight with myself every day to just do and be better. Like there are days where I just want to sit in my bed and not do anything. Like there are days where I just like want to feel sorry for myself, and like I don't really have that option, that choice at this point, because I have to keep going, and I have clients that need their photos, and I have like plans and ideas for my business that I want to put out, and it's just like my mental health stems so much on that day or how I'm feeling. I can be happy one minute and the next minute I feel worthless and I just want to like be done, but then a minute later I'll be like, I hear a song I like or something like that, I'm fine again. Like it's crazy. And
takes waves.
Yeah, and like I'm learning, I'm mastering. I'm like, the fact that I got diagnosed with this and like I looked it up, I like did my research on it, and it's just like it's so empowering to feel like you have a say-so finally in your life again.
I knew exactly what I needed to set up.
We got this done. It wasn't even 2 hours. It was just you running around. It was you
getting
running
distracted,
around.
eating cookies,
a lot of cookies. But like that's the thing. That's like what I'm so passionate about. Is like
are your ankles not fucking free?
Not at all, actually.
Really?
They're not.
Oh, okay. Anyways, continue. Sorry. You're so passionate.
I think that's the thing I'm so passionate about is like passion, love. Like that's what I run off of. That's what keeps me alive. Like if I didn't have that in my life, I don't think I'd be the person I am today, and I honestly don't think I'd be here.
Well, you love hard.
I love too hard.
You love too hard sometimes. And I will say it's your loyalty sometimes is skewed, because it's like there's been times where with Hostway you're like, you either support me or you don't support me at all, and then you're done. And then we're like, honey, you need to see that there's a middle. And that's one thing that I've seen you finally like be able to see the gray between the black and the white.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I was just so like gone in my ways.
But it's also good because then you're like a ride or die. Like when we need you on our side, it's like
I'm there.
It's no questions. I like, hey Ani, what are you doing? We need to do something.
Yeah,
we need to hurt somebody. I'm gonna come pick you up.
And I'm like, I'm down. Yeah, I'm like, I'm down. Let me put my Timbs on. Like exactly. I'm coming.
My Timbs.
And that's the thing. Like I feel like I don't know how long I've had BPD, but I feel like it's been a while because I would fight my friends as bullies. Like I would.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
And no, but like that messed up my life. Like I got enemies from that, and like I just like but I love hard. Like if you're my girl and like I love you, I'm going to ride for you. Like maybe I probably won't hide the body with you. I'm not trying to go to jail for the rest of my life, but
that's felony.
I'm a writer. We will figure it out. Like I'm a writer, so like I love having clarity. I love the fact that last year happened, one of the worst years of my life career wise happened for me to be where I'm at today, because like if that didn't happen, I don't think I'd be the person that I am today. And I'm so grateful for growth and like for resiliency and just for like the drive to like want to live again, I guess.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you made it through it.
I always say that. I'm just glad to be here.
Just glad to be here.
I'm just really glad to be here still.
I think it's definitely been but I mean, look at you now. Now you're Racine's best. Who would have thought?
From last year to this year, not me. What's that meme?
I'm taking that spot now. It's my turn.
And you know what? That's the thing.
It's my turn.
This is the thing. Like I'm so grateful that I won Best Racine, and like I'm like so like happy, but like who's next? Like who's up next?
Not
like
me.
You.
No, I don't want it. I don't.
Yeah,
want it.
there are so many talented photographers.
I'm humble enough to know I don't want it.
There are so many talented, but I didn't even think I wanted it until I got placed in it. Like, cause I couldn't nominate myself, so I was just waiting to see if somebody would nominate me, and they did, which I'm so appreciative of. But I didn't want it either. But then I like came to a realization that like, no, I worked hard for this. Like, yeah, I may not be the best photographer in a lot of people's eyes, maybe, I don't know, but like me myself, like, you don't know me, you don't know what I've been through, you don't know how much I've come like through and past, and like what like has happened to me in the past few years. Like, if you would have known the whole story, then you would probably understand more. But like right now, like, I'm grateful to be here, I'm grateful to be best race team photographer, but like also there's room for so many of us. I honestly
Did you hear the geese?
no. I love living in the Midwest.
He doesn't know that he just got on the podcast.
I know, he has no idea. What were we talking about though? We were talking about
Best photographer.
yeah, like I just like, I feel like there's just like this misconstrued thing about like Anais Photography, and like how she just thinks she's like,
oh, I'm cutting you off because I don't care. What Ani JPEG? What happened? Why is that Ani JPEG?
Can we
eliminate that?
What should it be? I need to find a great name, because I changed that in Britt's kitchen with me and Josue. And Josue was like, yeah, do it. I was like,
that's just like, it was trendy at the time.
Okay, well, I need to come up with a new name, and I need to stick to it, because this is my third time changing my name.
What was your first name?
Anais Photography.
Okay, that's fine.
It was so long.
Better than Rakowska's Photography. RAKAUSKASPHOTAGRAPhy. So then what was your second name?
Ani JPEG. And if I change it again, it's going to be my third. I will figure it out. But
it doesn't help that your last name is so common too.
I know. It's just like, but my name is really not.
Well, yeah. Well, why don't you just be?
That was gross. I'm sorry, guys.
I think it's because not everyone knows what JPG is.
Yeah, I know. I think the same thing, but in the fact that there's no E in it, like, people are like,
maybe
really
if you put an E in there, I'd be better. But you're better.
I'm not putting an E. Yeah, I need to find a better name. I agree.
Ani Raw would sound good. Oh,
Ani Raw. Ani's Raw.
Yeah, that doesn't.
That sounds lame.
It depends on what maturity level.
Yeah, that's true. But I need to get this off my chest. I really do.
Yeah. What are you getting off your chest?
Ew. I need to get off my chest the fact that like I don't know. But maybe this is maybe my BPD coming in, because like I just feel like I'm just so freaking misunderstood, and like, yes, it's a cliche thing again that it's just like, oh my gosh, you're so like misunderstood, but like I truly feel like I'm just this villain in my hometown, and like I'm truly not. Like,
I mean, you're gonna be a villain in everyone's story, and not everyone's.
But I feel like I'm
in someone's story. You're always gonna be the villain in someone's story.
I know, but
there are people out here that hate. Dude, there are people out here that hate me and will hate me for the rest of my life. I know,
and I just like, and that's the thing. Like, I think this is just like my BPD coming in, like, where I just like, I don't want anyone to hate me, because like honestly,
people pleaser.
I know, and that's the thing, but I'm honestly getting out of that. Like, I can really stick up for myself and say that I'm honestly getting out of the people pleasing, because you know my pricing back in the day.
Free
o'clock,
free 99
free 99 for real. Like, I was just like, so I was even scared to tell clients that they have to pay a studio fee. I would pay the studio fee for my clients, because I was too scared to tell them about the studio fee.
Always get a deposit. Always.
Dude, I sometimes
make it non-refundable deposit.
I sometimes trust my clients enough to be like, I'm just
I do too.
I be on the phone with them like, I'm just gonna hope you show up, because I really don't need the deposit right now, but like I just am hoping you show up.
Bro, you should have charged me a deposit
for tonight.
every time we hang out.
I know, dude, right?
All right, Dave, I'm gonna need that $5 friend deposit.
I'm gonna need that $5 deposit. And honestly, I'm sorry we're jumping around, but like but
regardless,
it's sad. Like, I never want someone to get to that point, if that is what it is. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I just don't.
It's tough.
I would hate to lose one of my friends to something like that, like, in not being able to be there.
You know what Britt and Josue both told me at separate times. They had no connection that they did this.
What?
Britt said, like, yeah, if you ever did that, I would just more or less be mad at you.
Yeah, a lot of people
Josue said
that.
Josue's like, I would just be mad at him. Like, yeah, I'd be sad, but I'd be more mad. You.
Sorry. That was like and that's the thing, a lot of people told me that too when I was going through it. Like, my sister included, like, she was like,
I'd be
I'd
pissed.
be mad.
I'd
I would
be
be
pissed.
so mad. And I now understand why they would be so mad. It's just like, life is so precious. Like, life is so important. I feel like we're all here on this world, in this world, to like have purpose. We all have purpose, and it might take longer for other people to like find their path and than others, but like we all have this great purpose that needs to be put out. Just like you, like, I just feel like you touch people's souls when you post like content that's for your kind of content that you like
My
posting.
talking videos.
Touches my soul.
I love those.
Literally could make me cry. And
They're
like
so-
I just like, I feel like we all have purpose to
I put so much heart and soul into those. Like,
I know.
It's like down to the music, to the lighting, to what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you and Josue, I think. Like, that's where I get inspired the most, is like you and Josue's, like.
You know what's crazy? I'm slouching. I was getting too comfortable.
We could both slouch. Like,
I feel like I've never really inspired. I've never had anyone say I've inspired them.
really?
Like truly creatively, yeah. And like that, like I'm like, oh. And this doesn't mean thirsting and looking for it, you know. But it's just like I've heard people have got inspired by you and Josue, but I've never really had that.
Really?
And I think it's because I just have like a different, I guess, demographic of friends
Yeah.
that aren't in the creative world, but I make them videos and then they're like, oh, this is dope. But they don't think like that.
I know. And isn't that crazy that you can really like shift somebody's perspective and from the, just by the way that like you film something. Me and you filming something are not going to come out the same.
It's getting cold. It's
I
getting
know,
chilly
it is
bird. Do we
getting
touch
cold.
every
No,
subject? What subject are we missing?
Let me check.
It's gonna be choppy, a little bit chopped at it.
This is gonna be a little. Is it gonna be a little choppy? I'm sure it could flow.
I know it could flow.
I know I can't even feel my hands right now.
Yeah, well, if you would wear the gloves, like a normal
I'm
person.
not wearing the gloves. Best racing, we talked about that. Getting diagnosed with BPD, we talked about that. Any crazy stories?
Oh, but what?
Crazy stories? I feel like not a lot of people know that I broke my neck twice in my lifetime.
You did.
I broke my neck twice in my lifetime. I broke my C1 and I broke my C1 and 2 in a car accident because I blew I blew a stop sign because I was so angry because I got fired from a job and I blew the stop sign. It was
A
raining.
photography job?
Yeah, it
really?
was. Yeah,
I've been fired from it. It's so embarrassing.
I know.
It's literally the worst feeling ever.
It was like a career path though, and I'm not gonna get too much into that because I don't want to do that. I still love the people that do that, but it hurt my feelings enough to blow a stop sign and get T-boned. It was all my fault. It was completely my fault that I broke my C1 and 2. But yeah, I was a hairline fracture away from being paralyzed or dead.
And then you know what? You know what I did?
What did you do?
I came and visited you and ate your snacks.
You did come and visit me and eat my snacks. And you know what? I was in so much pain that I didn't even care if you ate my snacks. So
I'd do it again.
And I would let you. It was a huge help. And I just feel like it's...
Yeah. Me and Ani were on a podcast. Alarms going off. You better turn it off fast.
They turned it off. Now we're dancing to the grass.
Ooh, that was good. But yeah, that was that's a crazy story.
I think that is a crazy story. And also, like, can I just say, coming back to like you finding God, like I could, you remember when I was working with you and I was like, I can totally tell that, like, you're just like, I can just tell it's just all over you, and like your heart softened, like your eyes got brighter. Like, I don't know what happened, but
I value
like,
a lot. I value relationships and friendships, and I think it's because of the breakup, more or less.
Yes.
And like I've ruined a lot of like relationships, like tons. I just actually thought about this the other day. I was like, I did exactly what I did to my like first relationship to this one. I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. But it's just like, what I think when I was at my weakest point, trying to recover. Oh my God, it's getting you.
I know, it's fine.
And I just remember just started to pray. And I remember I had this necklace around me that Steve gave me, which was Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, shields of strength. And just running down this road right here, 2 miles, and just like in the pitch black, just like basically like saying, be with me here and give me the strength to just keep doing one more step. And like it just happened. And like for like 3-4 weeks straight, like I'd cry on these runs and I would just run back and forth, but I knew I was protected by the grace of God.
And that is amazing. Like, I just like hearing that like firsthand from you, like from knowing where you were to like now, it's just like such a testament.
Yeah, I used to piss Ani off the way I used to talk about God.
I used to hate the way he used to talk about God. I was a very big like fanatic.
Here comes the puppies.
Oh my gosh, we have special guests. I was a very big Christ's follower, and I still am a Christ follower. It's just I just don't, there's just a lot of things that I just don't like talking about publicly anymore. But I'm just so happy that like you found God, and I hope everyone finds God. But I love that story. And can I just say why I love that story?
What, the drunk story?
Yeah.
The wedding story?
Yeah.
Why?
I love that you just told me that story, because it just like, it's just so evident how much you've grown.
Yeah, I would never.
He's taking business now, so if anybody needs videos or photos, please hit up Dave Martin Studios while I'm gone.
So I guess wrapping up now, since it's chilly burr outside.
I know we're getting cold and the fire's dying, so I think it's time we.
But what is
up.
next for you, honey? What should we expect in the next couple months?
What to expect? I think what you could expect from Anais.
That took me so long to learn.
I know.
It takes everyone so long to learn.
I know.
But now I don't even call you Annie. I call you Anais now.
I know, and I love that. I think what's next for me is really just diving in more so to like what I'm passionate about. Even if clients aren't booking, even if I'm like not getting the kind of gigs I want, like I just want to do things that I want to do, and not saying like, oh, I want to do something crazy. It's not like that, but it's more so like I just want to feed my creativity more. And I think that's why I'm leaving too, is because I just feel like it's a grateful thing to be, but I'm just like so busy doing like family sessions and like senior sessions and like things that like I love doing, but like it's just like not something that like drives me. Like I want to be on sets. I want to do like more elaborate creative things, and I just want more. So like I think what you can expect from me is just diving into that aspect of my life and figuring out what it looks like to be in a bigger city for a longer period of time.
Do you think you'll come back with a different type of camera?
Yeah,
dude, if you come back with a Sony before me, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose my.
I've been in a really transitional period where I just think I want to go to Sony, and maybe I'll get a Sony camera down the road. Maybe it'll happen this upcoming year, but mental health is important, and I just want anybody out there that's listening, and if you got this far with David's sock glove, if you got this far and you're still listening, I just like really want to talk to like the audience about like the fact that like mental health is important. It's not something that we should dim or be ashamed of or feel the need to hide from. I feel like if I would have gotten the help a lot sooner, I would have been more successful, and that's just a part of my story. But if I could tell anybody that feels like they're losing their mind, or they feel like they're not the same person they were last year, like, or they just feel hopeless, like I just like really pray that like you can seek guidance from somebody, and if it's not from somebody, I pray that it's from God, and if it's not from God, I just pray that like you go to a doctor, babe, and get checked out, because I don't think if I would have gotten checked out and got evaluated the way that I did, I would never be at this peace that I'm at right now in life. And I want peace for everybody in the world. I want people to feel the way that I feel now with the trials and tribulations I've had in the past few years. But it's okay to have mental health, and it's okay to be different, and it's okay to feel things a lot more than others. I just pray that you work on just navigating what that looks like for you, because for me, it took me a long time to get to where I'm at right now, and I just feel like if I would have gotten the help a lot sooner, I would be a different person already. But
they always say recovery is not linear,
and that is facts. And yeah, I'm grateful for friends. I'm grateful for community.
I'm grateful for technology, dude. This podcast is dope.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you, David. Hey, and I just hope you know how much I love our friendship and how much. Even
though I've ruined it like 3 times.
But like every single time though, I've come back to you, because I just know that the person that I met when I met them is the same person that you are beautifully evolving into. But yeah, and also don't take no crap. Because for me, like, I feel like since I've raised my prices, it's a great thing, but it's also, like, sad. Because, like, no one, like, not saying no one books, but it's just, like, like, my weddings, you know? I sent out 22 wedding invoices, and I only got 8. And it's okay, but, like, it
but then those 8 will suggest that type of pricing.
Exactly. So I'm in a growing...
Planting seeds.
Yeah, I'm in a growing stage. But, yeah, I love you. What's next for you? Can I ask that before we leave? Because I know this is a podcast about Anais Photography. And
what is next for me?
What's next for David while I'm gone?
Get into gym culture and starting to branch out to different gyms.
Yeah.
And do a lot of that stuff. I've never said this out loud. I'm really passionate about like gym photography.
And
like,
I could tell, yeah.
I love it. I think it's so cool. I love, because people are very vulnerable in there, but it's nice that seeing people's excitement, like, hey dude, I could do like this, I can make you look good.
Yeah.
And then I was like, would you want to do it mic'd up? And like just seeing their eyes like, oh yes, I'd love to. I just have never had the confidence or the gear.
Yes. I think that's so cool. And I honestly you're gonna take over the Midwest gym photography. I know we're like literally ice blocks right now. But yeah, I thank you again for having me on the podcast. And
it was good. First podcast in a minute.
He's like over here like,
now we gotta break down. That's the worst part. We gotta break down.
I know.
Not like dance, but like break down the equipment.
Okay, how should we end the podcast?
I don't know.
Kodak on 3.
1, 2, 3, Kodak.
Woo! He got up immediately. He's like, I'm gone. It's time to go. He's so cold. My hands are literally frozen.